Stream soon. I'm going to start a stream soon. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. If you want a Commodore branded t-shirt. You can actually stitch out photos. I've only just got the software. I'll bring it up on the right hand, on my right hand monitor. So this is the fancy software, and I've had a wee toy around. I'm sort of just getting to know it. It's bloody powerful software. But yeah, so you can import bitmap, JPEGs and bitmaps and whatnot to be digitized, because effectively, yep. So I just went for extended support. I just didn't want to have to deal with going to 11 at this stage. I'm going to defer it for another year, effectively. So, yeah, I just couldn't be bothered dealing with it. I'll sort it out later. But oh yeah, it's probably a good idea. So this is that's the JPEG, that's the actual draw file. So if I take the Commodore one, for example, sure, that one on the left, I think, is the JPEG. This one here is the actual digitized, the digitized file. So the machine runs on vectors, basically. So it's converting a bitmap to a vector file, basically. No, one spike, change color manually. I'll give you a demo. The one I want to stitch out is another. Oh, where is it? That's the JPEG. Just want to. Clear. You yeah, but you need, so if you're looking for files on the net, right, you're not going to find SVGs easily. But the software actually digitizes it digitizes, like I was just having a look for maybe like the Amiga tick logo. The Amiga is going to be a little bit tricky because it's kind of actually not as tricky as I thought. So you basically, you can grab a JPEG. Oh, okay. SVGs. Can this software handle an SVG? Let's see. I've never dealt with this before. So I basically just converted a JPEG to, like this one here, that one there, that JPEG there. And so I ended up with this one on the right here. That's it, in the hoop. So I did a little bit of a tidy up, but you can literally see, you can see the, the points there, the stitch points. Kind of cool. So this fancy software does it for you. I'm running it in trial at the moment because I just really wanted to give this machine a good testing because I bought this machine for $1 on Trade Me because it's a current model. This one here. That's a $5,000 machine. I paid $1 local, and because I thought, I've got all the service information. I'm the warranty agent for Genome New Zealand, so all warranty Genomes and Elnas get sent to me from around the country, and so I thought, I've got all the yeah, that's right. That's what it is. I thought I've got all the service information. I've got all the resources available, and I just happened to be. I took a stab, for $1. I thought at least I'll get bloody parts out of it. If any, if worst comes to worst, it's going to be have some parts. And I just happened to be talking to this service person in Australia. And I just mentioned what the issue was, and he said, "Oh, yeah, that's a known issue." What I had to fix. Oh, actually, have I got it? This here. Giving away my trade secrets, how I run my business. He said, "Yeah, it'll be the y-axis stepper motor. That's a known weakness, and that there, basically just a stepper motor." Guess what? Have a look at the wire. Telltale repair. $30, $36 landed, and 2 hours labor. Which, I mean, I could have done it quicker than that too. I gave the machine a full service while I was in there, so it was a couple of hours. Works perfectly. The good thing about it is its current model, and I took that to Collingwood. Yeah, absolutely. And so these are real crowd pullers at these shows that I attend. So I had a merchant stall at a quilt show in Collingwood, which is where I was in Labour weekend. And so the Saturday morning, I had this new part, and brand new part, and I fitted it Saturday morning and ran the machine for the rest of the weekend without fault. I was very happy. And good thing about it is it draws people in for a chat. Yep. So I've been thinking the RCNZ logo. Yeah, I have thought about some of these things. I tried. I thought, oh, I know. Let's stitch out the Dick Smith. You know what the Australians and I think even the Kiwis called the Dick Smith Dick Head logo. So I put in a web search for old Dick Smith Dick Head logo. You can imagine what the results were. There was no sign of Dick Smith. There were lots of dick heads, not the type that I wanted to see. Yeah. And so searching for Dick Smith is a fraught endeavour, I would say, unless you want to see that sort of thing. Yeah. So wasn't such a good plan. I'm not quite sure. I'm certainly not going to try searching for it on stream because I'll definitely get some sort of weird strike, I'm sure, coming up with that sort of carry on. Yeah. So I did actually come across some old flyers online as well, and so I thought maybe I could just clip it out. But let's have a look at this. So this is an SVG. Nominally, oh yeah. So there are other resolutions. Man, there's some high res ones, isn't there? I guess if we just stick with the normal one. Yeah. Okay. So save image as. Yeah. I mean, ideally, that's what this machine really wants. I wonder how many of these SVGs are out there, you know what I mean? How many? And Commodore is obviously a common, it's going to be a common. Yeah, it should do. It definitely does handle vector, but whether it, I'm sure it'll handle it. Save it. Putting it. It's trying to save it as a PNG. Am I doing something wrong here? G options. Original file. That one? Yep. Then there is no option for save as. Got save page as. Open in media viewer. There we go. Download. Oh yeah, that's got it. SVG. Righto. And then so we should be able to go here, open. Did I not save? Oh yeah, I did save that. That's it there. Oh yeah. SVG. It didn't even ask me for any options, which is, it probably makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That's the wrong hoop. Hold on. I'm just learning the software. So I got this big one here. That's a good chunky one. Rotate 90 degrees. Yeah. It doesn't really matter if I perfectly center this or not, because the material goes outside of the bounds of the hoop, and you could center it later. But that'll be interesting to see how, what the quality of that is like, and we can look at that. But yeah, I wonder if this. Do you just Google Commodore logo SVG or something like that? Because I'm wondering if I can find a Sinclair one. do that one, eh? I've got a black material hooked up, so I'm sort of wondering whether I should maybe try something that's going to be more appropriate for black. Probably not that. Too scared to. I'm going to move this screen off the screen because I'm actually going to search for a Dick Smith product. I don't want to ruin your eyes. Yeah, this is the one. This is one that I thought would be quite cool. That one there, the Dick Smith Wizard. Spectrum logos. Yeah, are they SVGs though? Not that it really matters. Yeah, some of those are cool. Probably doesn't really matter because the digitising software is going to do some work on it. I'm not sure how good a job it'll do, but yeah, probably may need something a little bit better. But let's just have a look. Let's see what the software does with it. You get this dialog box, so we want to auto digitize, trace the outlines, and then it does its best to digitize it, but yeah, it's not looking pretty. So yeah, it definitely does need a high-res scan. Yeah, can I... Copy this up here. Oh. Yeah, it's still not 100%. I mean, I could certainly tidy this up, but it would take a hell of a lot of... Yeah, I need a bigger one. You can see what it's doing. Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot there, eh? Probably need to put a bit more time searching for that. As you say, maybe a high quality scan.
It's magic.
Oh, in a hoop. I'll show you. I'm actually going to stitch out a another Sinclair one because, yeah, definitely stoked with this. Going to have some fun. I'll show you. I'll show you it in action. Gives you a bit of an idea, and you can be looking at that whilst I have a look for other goes. No, you can do multi hoops. So you effectively you could make it as big as you like. You just you break the, let's say the image is 4 times bigger than the hoop. You do the top left corner, stitch that out, then you re-hoop so that the top right corner is in the hoop, and then you stitch that, and you use special grid type arrangements like that that fit inside the hoops. And no, not really. I mean, that's the size of the hoop there. Eh? So, you know, it's a big one. That's why it costs so much. They're reasonably large. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cheap too, by the way. I just had a lady order a what retail price $19,000 machine, massive hoops and all that goodness. So if we go back to open. Oh, actually, it's in the machine. I've got it on a USB stick. Yeah, I have to have a close look. Actually, I mean, it did a pretty good job. But yeah, probably worth looking at for sure. just switching over to my Rode microphone. It's not noise cancelled, so you'll get to hear the machine do its thing as well. You get the full audio experience. Yeah, so the ones in the malls and that, or proper embroidery houses, they have big multi-head machines with all the colours preloaded, and but we have to do a manual colour change on this one. So we're going to start with red. It's got a fancy needle threader on this thing too. Yeah, definitely. Archimedes, yeah, there's some really cool logos. I'm really looking forward to, doing a few. What I thought about was basically I'm just putting them onto squares like that, and so there was two thoughts I had. One is make a quilt, a retro computer logo quilt, or like a wall hanging or something like that. Would be pretty cool. And yes, t-shirts. T-shirts are on my radar. But yeah, the needle thread is pretty cool. This is not a fully automatic one. Some of them have got fully automatic needle threaders, but you basically just push that down and away you go. So we're set for doing red. That's all right. So I've already done this Sinclair logo, but it didn't quite come out 100%. There's just a couple of things I wasn't happy with, so I re-digitized. Oh, it's not too bad, not too bad. I've got boxes and boxes of the stuff. Yep. The machine will still convert it to a certain extent, because it won't do a long vector line. It'll break that vector line up into different stitches depending on what, I mean, there's so many different options you can choose for type of stitch, you know. You can have different sort of textures. Yeah, there's all sorts of different types of stitch. So this is the first stripe of our, this is one I've prepared earlier. This is the one I put on the Discord. That's basically what we're doing. But yeah, you see the material's just hooped into this hoop here, and that's removable. You know, obviously, you can remove the hoop. You get different sizes and whatnot. You know, this is the smaller one. That one there, it's quite a small hoop. But yeah. So, yellow. And this is where the cheap home machines make you manually change thread. There are fancy multi needle jobs that you basically, depends what you buy, but some of them will have like a dozen needles, and so you can put a dozen colours on and just set it off and walk away. Basically, that's what they do in production. Yep. There's an X and a Y stepper motor. Yep, they do. So you've got there's 12 machine heads there, so you could do 12 items, like 12 t-shirts or 12 caps or whatever, 12 logos at a time, and that's got like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6, probably like 18, 6, 7, 8, 16, 16 needles, so 16 colours on each head. And so yeah, it so I put in one of these, this HCR3, I think it was. Not a big one. It was a 4-head. I put in a 4-head machine to a local company here. And so yeah, that's a desktop. That's like a tabletop version. So kind of a step up from what I'm using here. So that will automatically select your colors as well. So yeah, pretty. Yeah, it does. You could use it as a medical device, like acupuncture. Sew a limb on or something. Yeah, correct, Mr. BBC. It's called a cat frame. Oh, thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah, cat frame. Reverb mode, yeah. It did show, there's caps, that's doing caps there. It's hard to... Hey Matt. I just have to add another source in here for my audio. Yeah. It's set up for my wireless mic. Not a castrator. It does though, doesn't it? Right, that's the Rode microphone, it doesn't have any background noise suppression on it. So, just in the meantime, okay, so what's it asking for now? Blue. And once we get these four colours out of the way, we will switch to white, and it'll stitch out the Sinclair logo. You've nearly got it right, Mr. C. Very close. I didn't quite nab it for free. I nabbed it for $1 and then repaired it with a $40 part. It was just the stepper motor is actually not faulty, it's the cabling. Which I probably could have fixed it, but yep, she just threw her hands in the air and went and bought another one. Yeah, very good score. I felt quite bad walking up and handing over a $1 coin to her. This one's looking a lot better than this one here that I did. I did this on Friday, I think it was, posted it on the Discord. It just wasn't quite 100%. I think she must have thought it was like a serious electronic issue, you know, like it needs a new main board or something, which can be expensive, but turns out it's just a stepper motor cable. I mean, right, now it's prepping for the actual Sinclair logo itself. and it looks cool on the black. I mean, it's had to be done right. Looks a bit like a Spectrum. The black with the Sinclair logo on it. I thought I could find a ZX Spectrum logo as well. Would be cool. Yeah, I don't know about. Some of these people, they just get. I get customers. They'll go online, and it's kind of like Googling a medical issue. You know, you're not gonna get. You're gonna get all sorts of scary stuff, and potentially, she's done that. And I have a lot of customers who'll do that. They'll bring machines to me and say, the motor's dead, it's gone, it's blown up, smoke came out, they said on the internet it was really bad and blah, blah, blah. And it's just a capacitor, you know? Matching tees. This machine, yeah, it could be 5 years old, I guess. It's hard to say. I could probably have a look on, there'll be a date code on it somewhere probably. You can tell how many stitches it's done as well, somewhere. Like this whole design is 8,000 stitches, so it doesn't take long to get up to like 1 million stitches in these things. And that's generally when they're up for their first service. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's in the it's in the service menus. You can't get to it. You have to go into the service menus for it. I'll do that Commodore SVG one next. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Oh, that's a bit, it made a beep. What was that? Yeah, that's right. That's right, Mr. C. It just stops it from it would potentially like push all the fabric up to one end. You know, you might end up with a little bubble at one end. So it's kind of like tack welding. You know, so you don't want the metal to bend up on one end. You tack weld it. It's pretty much like that. So I've got some ideas, like as I said before, definitely t-shirts to a point. Obviously I have to be careful with the Commodore because it's back into production thanks to Perifractic. And but I'm sure Sinclair is totally gone, is it? Pretty sure Sinclair's dead and buried. Not, I don't mean him, well he is, but I mean the brand. Sir Clive. Now, if you have two hoops, you can actually hoop up the next hoop while the other one's stitching out. But I don't have two the same size. Digitizing it with this software mat. I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, that's that software I was telling you about the other night. I've just got it on trial until near the end of December, I think it is. And then I can buy it. I can buy a dealer, not for resale version. The software retails for the full version is $1,850. Oh yeah, yeah. There could be some really neat things to have a look at, eh? I'm going to try this Commodore SVG file next. 256 colours, 8-bit. That's why I chose the Sinclair, and the Commodore one's like, what's that, 2 colours. It's pretty easy, VGA. You can do photos, by the way. It will digitize a photo for you, but I think you need a fair amount of colour. But that could be worth a look at. Not bad. Not too bad. So basically it's basically just a clamp type scenario. Just loosen the clamp. And I've got a user tearaway stabilizer, so that it's like a papery material, but that just tears off. You'll see that if you have a look at the back of your caps and whatnot, where the embroidery is done, you'll see the remnants of the stabilizer. And so the hoop is just 2 parts like that. So I've got a stabilizer and the material. Get it in roughly, and then you can just pull a bit of tension onto it there. USB stick. Oh, g'day, Erasing the Beam. How are you? Something a bit different here today. So that SVG, that's that Commodore logo there. If I just chuck that onto USB, that's about as big as I can make it there. I mean, I could move the Commodore logo, but well, let's just see what that looks like. Ten character max. You can just, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this Commodore here, that text could be, I mean, if you brought in a logo that happened to have yellow text or something, it doesn't matter because you could just thread the machine in blue, you know. It's kind of like an ink colour, really. creaky old chair. Oh, there's a vector graphic for the SGI. Yeah, oh, that's cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. Just brilliant. Oh, what I do have to do is get rid of the background. I haven't quite worked out how to, because see that will stitch out the whole background in white. That'll use a hell of a lot of thread. Obviously you just use white fabric, but there is a way to remove that. I think if you the computer's struggling actually. Yeah, computer's having a conniption. So if the cube was gold or silver and the text purple, you can do that. Just that my computer's, oh, it's actually running out of memory. Yeah. Yeah, that'll chug away for ages. So we can select, if it'll let me do it. It's got everything selected at the moment. Got too much open. Yeah, this artistic digitizer software is sucking up 7 gig of RAM. Yeah, I wonder. This one here. It's all my tabs. It must be that vector file, eh? Yeah, it's back up to 8 gig. It's got to be that vector file. $16. It's getting hammered though, isn't it? It's up to 9. Bloody hell. Yeah. Oh, look how big it is though. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's not really responding very well. Yeah, I'm not sure how to. Yeah, the background will be sucking heaps, I'm sure. If I close it, yeah, look at that. And just maybe it crashed. Load failed. Didn't like that. If I just use the PNG, transparent, here we go. Yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted. You can do this. Auto digitize. And then you can go background, click that, there is none. Yeah, it's not quite as good. Oops. Yeah, I just need to work out how to grab that SVG, just the text and the logo, pull it out of the background. I'm still learning the software, so I'm not quite sure how to do that. And I really need to probably do it when I'm not running OBS as well at the same time. Yeah, see, it's a little bit wonky. It's a little bit wonky. No, it refuses to open that one. It's probably something I just need to have a wee play with, that actual original vector file that's in the in that zip. I'm just going to let that run. Just going to have a quick break, back in a second. It looks pretty good. Yeah, it's come out pretty good. Not bad. You can select individual letters. Oh, okay. Yes, certified. Looking good. I need to scale it somehow. Which is something still outside of the bounds? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, that works pretty well. I can't pick up individual. Normally when it digitizes something like a JPEG, it will separate, you know, each of these into separate. You can select, normally you can just click on the letter and it will grab just the letter, but it's handling it slightly different. It's got the whole lot as one hit, but what you can do is, I mean, I'm not that familiar with this logo, so what color is it normally, this logo? just black like that. So I'm not quite sure how to separate this out. It's all one block, so if I made the cube silver, it's going to make the text silver as well. I have to work out how to, separate each one of these out. Whereas if I go and open, for instance, the Commodore one, see, I can select each character. Therefore change its color, etc. But with this, can't do that. This SVG here though, this is the SVG that I imported. All right, fancy. I could digitize that one. Yep. I mean, that'll just, well, I tell you what I could do is it doesn't really matter because I can just stop it part way. I'd have to keep an eye on it. Let's say the machine started with the cube, is just thread the machine in whatever color, silver or gold or whatever. Keep an eye on it. When it finishes the cube, is just change the color of the thread for the lettering. Could do a manual situation like that, but I'm just not too sure why and how I can separate these. I'm sure I can do it. This software is pretty powerful. It's just I don't know enough about it to do it, but I will look into that. Can't do any more stitching tonight anyway because the machine's rowdy and the missus has gone to bed, and yeah, she said it sounds like a generator running. Oh, okay, yep. still does the same thing. I can't individually select these areas, these letters. But yeah, there will be a way of doing it, I'm sure. That'll be something for me to learn. Rightio, guys. I'm going to call it there. Just going to radio across to Novatorium. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for your help. Interesting. I've got a bit to learn about vector files and things, obviously. But yeah, thanks for the input. Appreciate it. And yeah, might hop on tomorrow night with probably Age of Mythology retail stream with the boy. So might catch us then. But till then, I'll catch you later on.
I've got the good stuff.